Yeah, I'm going to replace that. How the fuck? Hopefully, nothing goes bang. Here we are, episode 2. So the clip from last time showed a lot of smoke and stuff pouring out. And basically one of the pipes has exploded. There is oil and coolant mixing with each other. Hopefully it's not the head gasket. Okay, it's a new day. So this opens the door fine, but the other side is knackered. So I'm just trying to sort that out. Also, I've taken the window out and I'm just testing this great big window motor, and yeah, it doesn't work. This was a pain in the arse to get out. You'd think it would go through this hole here, but it doesn't. You have to sort of slide it around and then pull it out from the top. There's the problem. So I've got the motor cables connected up to my multimeter here, and when the motor's connected, nothing happens. If I push on this switch, I do get some voltage, but I find if I wiggle these wires about, the voltage sort of fluctuates. So I think the contacts probably need cleaning in there. Yeah, they are proper rusted. Okay, so it's just about to bleed this brake. However, I have just noticed how rusty this is up here. That is the brake line, and there is a little bit of fluid coming out, not much. Yeah, I'm going to replace that, and probably the other one as well, just to be safe. And in a later video, I'm going to replace these fuel lines with braided ones. I've already got the parts. That'll probably be in another episode, so keep an eye out. It's been a few hours now, and I've just repaired these brake lines. Yeah, time to bleed them. Bruh. Is it coolant or is it oil? What do you think? So the pipe here that goes into the
heater matrix.
Why did I sound like Mickey Mouse? coolant went onto the exhaust whilst the car was running, and then loads of steam came up. The only reason for this was because I had the engine running. I wanted to see if the car would get up to temperature, see if the fan would kick in, which it did. I kept an eye on the temperature gauge. It did get to a point where it was at a good temperature and it wouldn't go any higher. But for some reason that pipe split. The oil is now mixing with the coolant, and I think it's to do with the oil cooler O-ring or the seal. I have pressure tested the engine. Each cylinder gets about 150 psi, which is great because it's looking less likely like it's going to be the head gasket. But this job looks insane to do, to say the least. I've got to remove this pipe, possibly the exhaust manifold, the power steering pump, the oil filter, but I think the first thing I've got to do is drain the coolant from this, because the more it sits in the engine, the coolant, it's going to rust away inside, which I do not want to do. Hopefully we can save this, because I really don't want to do a head gasket replacement on this. Okay, the coolant has now been emptied, but I think what I'm going to do is take all of these pipes off, because when it was running there was steam coming up from here, so I think it's probably time to change these 40-year-old hoses. Looks like some kind of Loch Ness monster. There we go. He's sideways. Now for the other one. Oh, that was easier. Where is the pinhole? So this here is the oil cooler, and man, does that look like a pig to get out. Okay, the oil cooler is here, this creeping metal thing. So we have to take the power steering pump off, probably the anti-roll bar, and the oil filter, and the pressure sender thing. There is a stud just here and it's stuck. Power steering pump is being a massive pain in the arse. I can't get it off. I'm not sure why. I'm just going to try and do it without taking it off. See what happens. Next thing to do is to take off this oil filter. Come on. Jesus. Beautiful. Must have been about 2 hours now. Trying to get this manifold off so I can get to where I want to be. The screws are now out and I've jacked it up and I can just about get to the screws in here now, but man, what a pain. Welcome back to another sunny day in Britain. It looks like it's going to piss it down again, but I will try and do as much as I can. It's now the next weekend since the last time you saw me working on the car, and I've now managed to get the oil cooler out of the engine, but not out of the engine bay. I'll show you what I mean. So what's stuck is this sliding pin here. I need it to go out that way and then this should come out, hopefully. Oh dear. Oh dear. There's the power steering pump. And there was the bracket, which is now snapped off. At least now I should be able to get the oil cooler out. Might undo this pipe. Oh man, come on. What does this pipe even do? No, is the answer. I think I need to take off the sensor, oil sensor. can't believe how close it is to getting this out, you know. It's taken way too long. Oh my god, it's out. So I've just taken this anti-roll bar out, and the other side isn't even bolted in. Wow. What an absolute pig of a job that was. There's the anti-roll bar. I'm going to clean everything up, and I think I'm going to give things a lick of paint too. Yeah, at least that's out now. Oh yeah, to clear up any confusion, this wasn't empty when I took it out. This kind of fell out when I was taking it out originally. Remember this? Well, I'm going to try and still stick it. This spray paint is excellent. I just sprayed the oil cooler and the power steering pump, and it's come out absolutely great. I didn't have to do much prep apart from obviously remove all the oil and stuff, but I think that's come out really, really well. Almost looks brand new. Power steering pump as well. Looks really good. Obviously I did this like a black and then sanded the bolts. Right now we're going to focus on the oil cooler and this as well, the inside of it. So there's a seal here, here I think as well, here and here, which we're going to change. Hopefully when we put this back together, the oil and the coolant don't mix together. I think this is the main issue here. In here are the new seals, as you can see. Let's stick it back together. Cool. All right, the seals are on. Obviously we've got the new gasket to fit as well. There is one more thing that I do need though, and that is the alignment tool, which I'm now going to print off. Okay, cool. There's our alignment tool. We've got a new O-ring on the OPR valve now. Let's go and fit it all back to the car. This bastard keeps falling out from up here. Nope, the rubber is now nowhere to be seen. Weirdly enough, this O-ring here was actually completely missing. There wasn't another one in there when I took the oil cooler out. That is very strange. I wonder if that is why the oil was mixing with the coolant. Alright, I've put the first 2 bolts in quite loosely, just so the rubbers don't fall out. I'm going to put the rest in and then use the 3D printed tool to align it, align the oil pressure release valve so it doesn't bind when we put it together. Okay, the 3D printed tool is now in there. That's lined up. So I've just got to tighten these last few bolts. New toy. If you're taking off the exhaust on your 944, putting it back on is a pain in the arse. I would say put each bolt loosely back on, because you're going to get to a point where none of the bolts will go back on because the gap is so tiny. This is why it took so long last time. You can't fit the ratchet around there, you have to use a spanner instead. I ordered some hoses, which were supposed to be black. They came from China, took 2 weeks to come. I'm not going to send it back, I'm just going to have to use them on her. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. This has to go on first. Alright, I'm going to flush out the old oil now. Hopefully the rest of the milkshake crap will come out. I'm going to put some new oil in and use my new 3D printed funnel. Oh my god, that is tight. Yeah. I did have to give it a bit of off-camera abuse, but here we go. Looks good to me. The fresh oil is in. I'm now going to run the car without any spark plugs in it, or the fuel pump, just so we can get any bits of milkshake crap out. I am prepared though. So what we should see is the oil pressure go up a tiny bit. Hopefully nothing goes bang. Oh man, it didn't sound good. Something strange is going on here. If I attach my leads to the battery. Oh. That was weird, must have been a fluke or something. But here we go. Oh shit. What the hell was that? I'm a little bit scared. That is not right, is it?